Jeff, did you guys scrimmage today?
Well, we had some live periods of live tackle, which was good. We haven't done that a whole lot, so probably about 30-plus plays of that, which was good to see a couple of guys run and hit and tackle and block in game-like situations. So it was good. We wanted to get out of here healthy. We may have had one get a little bit nicked up. But other than that, I think they practiced hard. We've had 2 good weeks, and hopefully we can continue to get guys healthy, get ready for after spring break.
5 practices now. What have you seen, and what have you liked through the 5?
Well, a lot of new faces on defense. I think the defensive line probably is the most healthy position. They've gotten a lot of repetitions. I think we've got much more depth there than we maybe have had in the past. We just got to have a couple guys emerge as playmakers and difference makers, but a lot of guys that we think can rotate in there. We're gaining some depth at the linebacker position with a few guys out and others getting repetitions. I think that's going to help us. The secondary is pretty nicked up right now, so we're just trying to kind of get through with the low numbers. Offensively, I do think offensive line is improving. We got to continue to get the backups better and work with those guys. There are a lot of new faces at receiver that are getting reps. That's been good, and we just got to continue to work through that. Both of our starting tight ends aren't getting a ton of action, so the others got to continue to develop. So we're hopeful that can happen and just get more guys ready to step on the field and ready to play.
Will we see anybody, Jeff, after spring break that's been out the first 5 practices?
Well, we're hopeful to get a few guys back. A few people on the O-line that have back issues is always day to day, so I can't tell how that's going to play. On the defensive side of the ball, possibly Jalen Graham. He had a rib injury sustained in the bowl game that we're trying to make sure that gets fully healed. But other than that, just a couple here and there that could be back.
What's your message to your team as they disperse for spring break?
Well, it's always about safety and taking precautions, and you want your guys to have a break and enjoy some sun or some different company and be around some family and friends. But nowadays, there's just a lot of bad things that happen if you're not careful. And taking care of yourself, taking care of the person around you, and making sure you don't pollute your body, making sure you're in at a reasonable hour, aware of your surroundings. I mean, you gotta be aware of it every day, and anything can happen. We want to get all these guys back healthy and ready to go.
Cam Allen mentioned that he's just going to stay here and work out and continue his routine. Are there guys that are going to do that along with him?
Well, I think we won't have many that will stay here, but we'll have a few, and we're happy as heck with that. We do want him to get a break. I do think it's important that you kind of get away from the football and relax from grinding away, getting better, and watching film. But there are a lot of hungry guys that maybe it's their last year and they want to not waste any opportunity. And so we'll be happy anybody that stays around. We'll be around here. I will be. My kids are still in school. Here the spring break doesn't time up. College and middle school. So that's I'm stuck here. So I'll be around.
So safe to say Tyrone Tracy's been a very pleasant surprise.
Tyrone has worked really hard this spring. He's going to be doing multiple things for us. He's strong. He's played a lot of football. We just got to get him up to speed and what we're running and what we want to use him in the backfield on and see what he's good at. Find ways to get him the ball. I just think he's a strong veteran player that wants touches, and we want to try to give him some touches where he can go make some plays.
How Brady Allen looked here the last few days of practice compared to what he did in day 1?
Well, Brady's a young man that should be in high school. He's got great size. He's got a really live arm. He studies the game. He cares. Now, the speed of the game is quick for him right now, without question, and making quick decisions, being accurate, going with anticipation, in rhythm. Yes, you got to continue to work on that, but it's common. It's common for anybody that comes in the summer and fall. So as many game-like repetitions we can give him, I think he'll improve. I think he'll study it, and it's a maturation process for everybody. Nobody can come in my opinion, no matter how good you are, and just take over day 1. But he's going to work at it. He's gradually getting better, and he's really got a bright future.
When you come back, is there right now the plan to do a little bit more scrimmaging, like on the weekends, more than maybe what you did today to get a better feel for where you're at?
Well, I think it's going to be a combination. We are going to get some live scrimmage and some live tackling. I am very conscious of the numbers we have. There are multiple people that are out that aren't practicing. When we go live scrimmage and tackling, it probably will be not our veteran guys to a certain extent, even though some will. And we just got to make sure that we don't lose anybody beyond fall for sure. And today we had a little nick with an ankle. I hope that's all it is. But those things are always something we keep an eye on. But yet you do want to get enough live tackling, or at least live 11-on-11 football, so that your guys feel good going into the season.
Anybody catch your eye, Jeff? Any surprises? Maybe veterans who are finally getting a chance to play, or redshirt freshman guys just haven't seen the field much?
Well, I think Reese Taylor on defense has definitely stood out at the corner position. He's played a lot of football. He's strong. He's got instincts. He's been breaking on balls and making plays. That's been great to see. I do think Tyrone Tracy is a guy that can do some really good things for us, and he works hard. He's been a good addition. There's some other guys that are out, but those would be the main ones. I do think that Marcus Bowe and Musa on the offensive line have improved, and I think the game repetitions they got last year were very valuable for him. Corday on the defensive line is a guy that shows up at times, that has good length and plays hard. But I think there's quite a few that have improved. A lot of young guys are getting repetitions, and we're hopeful to add some depth and build some depth on the team.
It's two guys, Humpich, how about the kid from Auburn too?
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm not very good with remembering all these names. Scotty really has done a really good job, and we're glad he's on our team. He plays hard. He's got some explosion to him. He's got some power. He gives great effort. Who's the other one you asked about?
The Auburn receiver, Elijah Canyon.
You know what? He was out for a little bit early on with some health things, just getting back. He got a little nicked up today. You know what? He's a big target. He goes hard. We probably haven't gotten him the ball a ton as much as I would like in the spring, but he missed a couple days of practice. We had to ease him back into it. So as we continue to progress through spring, I see him becoming a bigger part and improving quite a bit.
I read where you and your staff are going to be at the state coaches at the convention on Friday. How important is that for you to get in front of high school coaches in that environment and that setting to just kind of get the word out about you guys?
Well, it's good to be back, in the recruiting aspect of being around some coaches in this state who we think do a great job. Really a lot of talented coaches that have done a tremendous job where they're at. Our staff will be at the clinic Friday night. We look forward to that. Due to COVID, it's been dead for a year or two. We're glad to get back out. We've had quite a few staffs and high school teams come by to practice, and that's always good to get them on campus as well. So I think we're going to always recruit this state as hard as we can. I think we have some veteran coaches that know it, that have lived here, that are from here, that know a ton of people and history of how this operates, and we want to do our very best to encourage all top prospects in state to come be a part of it, and we feel like we've got a good plan to help them achieve their goals.